Now hello everyone and welcome back to another Airline 320 video. Yes, okay, we're back again. Today we're going to be doing airlines with the same name part 2 because part 1 did insanely well for some reason. So my friends of originality, let's get straight into it. So sometimes airlines name themselves the way I name my Minecraft worlds, which is badly and without thinking. So let's look at where originally goes to die, and apparently every second airline name is generated by ChatGPT. So Sun Air, the default skin or the default airline name, I guess. Let's start with Sun Air because oh my days, there's lots of them. So you've got Sun Air of Scandinavia flying the Dornier 328 jets, like a little angry pencil of aviation. They're the ones who do the British Airways Dornier 328 jets and maybe someone else, I'm not sure. You've got then the Sun Express, who are kind of a Sun Air, I guess, we'll go with that, who are the Turkish leisure carrier. I think they're based in Antalya, I'm not sure though, I'll have to look at that. Then you've got Sun Air in South Africa, which somehow existed multiple times under slightly different versions. And then Sun Air New Zealand, which flies little Cessnas like a school field trip. And that's not even all of them, there are so many Sun Airs. Yell Sun Air at an airport, statistically someone will say, oh yeah, I flew them once. At this point, if you had a child and named them Sun Air, it's probably already trademarked. Anyway, next one, another kind of default one, is Star Airlines, which sounds fancy, but it's a budget version of Star Alliance. So France had Star Airlines, which then became XL Airways. Lebanon had Star Airlines, but that lasted about 5 minutes. Then the US had Star Airlines, which I'm convinced only existed to confuse passengers. And India had something similar because of course they did. And maybe even Starlux counts as well. You know, the Taiwanese carrier, probably one of the best airlines in the world now. Then you also have the Star Alliance as well. So every time you just Google Star Airlines, Google just shows you about 5 different airlines at once. So you just know the branding meeting was like, can we call it Star Airlines? And then they were like, isn't that taken? And then they were like, yeah, but hear me out. And then yeah. Anyway, next one is Global Airlines or Global Airways or whatever you want to call it. So you've got Global Airways South Africa, who flies a handful of A320s, nice planes, but you can't really call that global. And you've got Global Dominican Republic, who existed briefly but again never went global. And then Global Airways USA, who just blinked in and out of existence really. I'm not really sure too much who they are. Then there was a Global Air version in Mexico that had the rough safety record. And then the Global Airlines, it isn't really a thing but still is, who's got an A340 and A380 and 4 times and then kind of despawned. I don't know what's happening with them. Maybe they might fly again, that'd be cool. Maybe we should do an Airline 320 review of Global Airlines one day if they actually stay in existence for more than 5 minutes. Anyway, if you call your airline global, you should be required by law to have at least one plane outside of your own continent. I mean, that's just... If you call yourself global, I expect to go anywhere and find a Global Airlines or something like that, whatever it's called. Yeah, imagine booking Global Airways and they're like, well, we fly to 3 cities. That's not global, that's a bloody triangle. Anyway, Skyline Air, which is, again, these are all kind of default skin kind of names, really. So there are absolutely millions of these. So you've got Skyline Air, is a charter operator in Turkey, a past airline in the USA, multiple flight schools, and about 27 imaginary airlines people make in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Skyline Air is basically just the John Smith of aviation, really. It's just too common to keep track of. Because then, if you're called John Smith, right, hear me out. You know when it says, like, example name John Smith, can you just leave that blank? Or... I don't know. That must be strange, just seeing your name in all these stuff all the time. Anyway, we now have the respawn button of aviation, Phoenix Airlines and Phoenix Aviation and everything named Phoenix for some reason. There's even a whole city in America called Phoenix. Anyway, here's the trend. Whenever an airline collapses, they emerge from the ashes with this name like it's some aviation ritual. Chile had one, Australia had one, Sierra Leone had one. The UK had one, the US had one, everyone's had a Phoenix at some point. if your airline is named Phoenix, it either hasn't gone bankrupt yet or it already has and you're trying not to go bankrupt again and stuff. And that is it for today. And anyway, that wraps up part 2 of Airlines with the Same Name, proving once again that the aviation industry desperately needs a naming department. Drop your favourite duplicate airline names in the comments, and if enough of you want it, I'll cook up a part 3, because I guess it only gets weirder from here. And yep, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.